Puts. I sold puts. Hello and welcome back to another video. In today's video, we're going to take a look at the Reddit sentiment. We're going to take a look at dark pool data. We're going to take a look at Ortex. We'll scroll through Reddit real quick, take a look at the stock, see what I did in the stock market today with CLOV, and see how we can navigate ourselves out of this negative 20% position that we have found ourselves in. If you are new here, my name is Young Buffett. We are running an experiment. Actually, never mind. Someone in my comments said that this isn't actually an experiment because we're not really tracking any data. So I'm going to stop calling it that. I am documenting my experience and my journey through buying stocks that have been talked about on Reddit, stocks that have a high potential for short squeezes and gamma squeezes and stuff like that. So if you're interested in any of that stuff, this is your place to get some bits and pieces of educational content and some strategies that I'm implementing into my CLOV position. I've been doing this for just over 15 years now. I got into investing when I was really young. My dad got me into it, so I'm really thankful for that. But if you want to learn how I am navigating through CLOV, I am posting everything for free on YouTube. So definitely hit that subscribe button. Make sure to hit that like button as well so other people get to see this video and YouTube knows to share this video with everybody. So without further ado, let's just jump right into it. Jumping into apewisdom.io. So this website tracks Wall Street Bets, Wall Street Bets New, Wall Street Bets Elite, stocks, investing, SPACs, options, and day trading subreddits. And look who is number one most talked about in the past 24 hours. Clover Health Investments jumped up from number 3 yesterday, surpassing GameStop, AMC, and SPY as the most talked about stock on Reddit. So with a 143% increase in the past 24 hours, let's see what people are saying. So nearby words to CLOV are up, buy, like, more, calls, moon, AMC, SoFi, good, bought, wish, DD, back, down, Dawn? I don't know what Dawn means, but overall, pretty positive sentiment. People are excited about CLOV, and you know why? Because the stock price went up yesterday. So people really seem to get excited when the stock price goes up even just a little bit. So this is such a shorted stock that people are getting really jumpy and really excited every time the stock moves. I love looking at swaggy stocks because this chart is so cool to me. Every time the stock price does even the smallest little thing, comment volume spikes. But then when it levels out, comment volume levels out. So people are just really excited by what's happening with the stock price. I'm tracking that information. I'm trying to gauge what really happens when people start pouring in and talking about it. What does that actually do to the stock price? Now, maybe I should start writing down and actually tracking the data so we can take a look at the different ratios. Let me know in the comments if you're interested in actually seeing that data. Right now, we're kind of eyeballing things and seeing how it affects each other. So again, not really an experiment, just documenting my journey. But dark pool data, this is really interesting. So the net short volume is sitting at negative 4.7 million. Net short volume in dollars is negative 42.2 million. So it is still very shorted. Dark pool data is getting really interesting. If this starts to pick back up, I'm curious to see how that'll affect the retail markets. Again, I should probably just start tracking all this data so we can see how it actually does. Jumping over into Ortex, I got Ortex so you don't have to. A lot of cool data here. Again, the price target is still $9.33 by analysts. My personal price target is anywhere from 10 to 20, just naturally without any hedge fund stuff going on. I do think that this stock does deserve to sit around 9 to 10 to 15 to 20. That range makes the most sense based off of their market cap and the disruptive nature of their technology. Jumping over into the short interest data though. Today's short interest change is negative 2.71%. The total short interest percent of the float is 20.93. So this is still very, very shorted. If you think about it, there is a lot of pressure to keep this stock down. Everybody is still buying shares and holding those shares. The cost to borrow minimum is about 1%. Cost to borrow average 1.69%. So it's really, really interesting to see how long can the shorts short. How long can your short, you know? The days to cover right now is 0.68. All of this data, I'm getting kind of skeptical of it. I don't know what to make from all of this information. Dark pool data does kind of skew things for me. Again, I am just reporting and documenting this data so I can look back and see how it affected everything. I saw this interesting Reddit post I thought you guys might be interested in from Stock Visualizer. He posted this 4 hours ago on the CLOV subreddit, which, by the way, has been killing it, 38.6 thousand members. He says hedge funds shorting stock were counting on those warrants to flood the market. So if you don't know, CLOV decided to buy up all of the warrants that were available. If those warrants did flood the market, that would have increased the float. If that increased the float, that would have helped the hedge funds. So it's a very interesting move from CLOV here. Hedge funds shorting the stock were counting on those warrants to flood the market when converted into shares and dilute the share price, but CLOV basically decided to fight back and buy up those warrants themselves, which means no share dilution, which if the hedge funds were using fake shares to short and counting on the warrants to help them cover the regular shares, now they are screwed, and this will only help force a squeeze and is a positive impact on upcoming earnings, which is probably why they move the earnings release up a week. So really, really interesting move by CLOV. They spent a lot of money to buy those warrants up. That means they like the stock. So I do too then. Jumping over to TD Ameritrade, where we are messing around with CLOV here. So let me show you what I did today. Jumping into the one-day chart. Let's see what happened. So CLOV opened up. Actually, before we jump into that, yesterday was kind of crazy. A lot of buying activity after hours. We saw $9.65. The Discord was going crazy. Everybody was loving it. And then it decided to just kind of level out here around $9.40 or so, which is fine. Then in the morning pre-market, we did gap up a little bit to $9.92, which would have been awesome to see that open, but it did not. It kind of bounced around a little bit and did its thing, and then it did the classic CLOV open, where you just see some boom, 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 boom candles bringing you all the way back down to $8.93, finding some resistance there, kind of finding its place, doing a little dancey dance, hitting that previous clothesline, dipping right below it, coming back down and saying nope, all the way down to $8.56, bounced right back up to $8.86, and then kind of found its place, coming right back down to about $8.40 or so. So what did we do here? I saw CLOV was down about like 4% or so. So jumping over to the options chain, let's take a look at what I did here. So earlier today, as CLOV was dropping around 4% or so, I jumped over to August 20th and I saw that the $8 puts were selling for about 88 or 87 cents per contract. So I sold the $8 put for a premium of $87. So what does that mean? That means I gave somebody the right to put 100 shares of CLOV on me at $8 a share. That means I need CLOV to be above $8 a share by August 20th. I have a good feeling about that. Also, I can just sell out of this position if CLOV decides to start going up before then. But regardless, I collected $87. Now, I was faced with the question, do you take that $87 and buy 10 shares of CLOV? Or do you take that $87 and buy a call? Now, I've been buying shares with the premium that I've been selling. However, I want to build out a little free options portfolio essentially. So I took that $87 and I bought the August $10 call. So this is overall an extremely bullish position on my end. I sold the premium, collected $87, took that $87 and bought the $10 call for $75. So I still have a little bit of profit that I collected. I bought the $10 call. Now I have the same exposure as 100 shares of CLOV instead of 10 shares of CLOV. The only risk here really is the options expiration date. So you have to be very careful when you do things like this. That's why I'm keeping it small and keeping it slow and giving myself about a month of time to be right. So selling that $8 put allows me to buy the $10 call. Now we are sitting with a total of 308 shares. Then I used that little bit of profit that I had left, the difference between the put sell and the call buy, to buy one more share of CLOV. I know it's not much, but hey, it's one share. So share's a share. I bought one share at $8.51, bringing our overall cost basis to $10.78. I need CLOV above $10.70. What I'm looking to do as CLOV starts to pick up more and more momentum here, what I would love to do is start selling covered calls. What I would do with the covered calls is sell something that is above my cost basis. Taking a look at, let's say, September, for example, the $11 call, which is above my cost basis, is selling for $100. The $12, $80. The $13, about $70 or so. So essentially, I just want to fund a free portfolio of CLOV and just have that exposure with very, very minimal risk. If you guys have any questions about options trading or the tools that are available to you, leave them in the comments. Take a look at my old videos. I get back to pretty much every single comment. So I'm here for an open discussion. I'm also on the CLOV Discord. If you guys ever want to hop in there and chat, I'm always available. As always, hit that like button so Google shares this video with everybody. Make sure you're subscribed so you don't miss a thing. And I will catch you guys on the next video.